Hardy, a spirited black Labrador known for his playful and inquisitive nature typical of his breed, was enjoying a leisurely walk with his dog walker near the lake on a serene Thursday afternoon. Eager to explore, Hardy's leash was unclipped once they reached their favorite spot by the water's edge. Immediately, the dog dropped his nose to the ground, following the tantalizing scent trail of a squirrel. Bounding through the underbrush and around trees in pursuit of his fleeting quarry, Hardy eventually lost track of the squirrel. Undeterred, his love for water beckoned him, a trait ingrained in Labradors from puppyhood. With joyful abandon, he ventured onto the ice-covered lake, slipping and sliding in a comical display of canine exuberance. Unaware of the impending danger, Hardy's playful antics on the icy surface soon turned perilous. His legs splayed in all directions as he struggled to maintain his balance, oblivious to his dog walker's distant calls pleading for him to return. For Hardy, this was all a thrilling game, the ice beneath his paws an extension of his usual aquatic playground. As Hardy ventured further out, the ice, too fragile to bear his weight, began to crack and groan under the strain. Ignoring the ominous warnings, Hardy continued his playful leaps, each one threatening to break through the fragile surface. His joyous bounds, akin to a polar bear hunting seals, brought him closer to disaster with every moment. Meanwhile, Jackie, an animal lover and shelter worker who had left work early, strolled through the park surrounding the lake, enjoying the tranquility of the natural surroundings she cherished. Her mind wandered to an upcoming climbing trip as she savored the fresh air and changing seasons. Despite her busy schedule, her dedication to helping distressed animals reflected in her every thought and action. Back on the lake, Hardy's misstep on the fragile ice finally gave way. With a sudden crack, he plunged into the freezing water, the shock of cold engulfing him. His playful adventure had swiftly turned into a desperate struggle for survival. His instincts and endurance now his only allies in the frigid depths. Jackie, unknowingly nearby, would soon witness a scene of urgency and rescue unfold as Hardy's plight escalated. Her training and compassion for animals would be put to the test as she rushed to aid the struggling Labrador, risking her own safety to save a life in peril. For Hardy, the playful escapade had become a stark lesson in the dangers of unchecked enthusiasm, while for Jackie, it was a reminder of the unpredictable ways in which her love for animals intertwined with her everyday life. As the sun dipped lower over the lake, casting long shadows across the icy surface, both dog and rescuer would emerge forever changed by an afternoon that began with innocent joy and ended with a shared struggle against nature's unforgiving grip. As Hardy ventured further onto the unstable ice, the strong current beneath threatened to pull him under. With each desperate slap of his front paws against the edge of the icy hole, he fought to keep himself afloat. Occasionally, the current proved too powerful, dragging him beneath the surface. Each time, he struggled back up, gasping for air and battling the numbing cold that was sapping his strength. Time was slipping away fast, and Hardy knew his chances of survival were dwindling. Meanwhile, Jackie witnessed the unfolding crisis from a distance and sprinted towards the scene. As she reached the dog walker, panting from her run, she quickly pieced together the situation. Hardy, a black Labrador, had fallen through the ice while out on a walk, and now his life hung in the balance. With urgency in her voice, Jackie asked how long Hardy had been submerged. The dog walker's estimate of about 5 minutes made Jackie's heart sink. A fully grown Labrador, weighing around 70 pounds, could endure only a short time in the freezing water before succumbing to hypothermia. Jackie swiftly retrieved an ice pick and a length of climbing rope from her backpack, items borrowed earlier that day for a weekend climbing trip. She tied the rope securely around a nearby tree and without hesitation approached the edge of the frozen lake. A quick check of her watch revealed that precious minutes had already passed since the incident was reported. Hardy's time was running out. Knowing the ice could give way beneath her at any moment, Jackie lowered herself onto her stomach. It was a risky maneuver, the only way to distribute her weight enough to prevent the ice from cracking further. Inch by painstaking inch, she slid across the slick surface, her focus solely on reaching Hardy in time to save him. Meanwhile, Hardy's struggles continued. Exhaustion gripped his limbs as he fought against the frigid water and his own mounting fatigue. Each submersion drained him further, yet he summoned all his remaining strength to stay afloat and keep his head above the freezing water. Jackie's progress was agonizingly slow. Every movement carried the risk of plunging her into the icy depths alongside Hardy. She knew that if she fell through, both their lives would be lost. The countdown in her mind raced against the ticking clock of Hardy's survival. With each passing second, the urgency intensified. 10 feet away from the desperate Labrador, Jackie's heart pounded in her chest. She couldn't afford to waste a second. She strained to see through the cracking ice, searching for any sign of Hardy's struggle beneath the surface. Panic gripped her as time seemed to stretch on endlessly, knowing that every passing moment decreased Hardy's chances of survival. With a surge of determination, Jackie pressed forward, her fingers gripping the ice pick tightly. She knew that if Hardy could endure another few minutes, she might just reach him in time. Yet, the ice beneath her continued to protest, threatening to give way beneath the weight of her rescue effort. As Jackie reached the edge of the hole where Hardy fought for his life, her inner clock ticked down mercilessly. 3 minutes left, she estimated, her breath quickening with the realization of the narrow window for success. She steeled herself, ready to act swiftly and decisively to bring Hardy back from the brink and into safety. After what felt like an agonizing eternity, Jackie finally reached the edge of the icy hole where Hardy struggled to stay afloat. The dog's fur was cold and slick beneath her trembling hands as she attempted to grasp him. Twice, he slipped from her grip, the urgency of the situation mounting with each futile attempt. In her mind, Jackie knew they were running out of time. Hardy's strength was waning, his breathing rapid and panicked. Summoning every ounce of determination, Jackie steadied herself for one last effort. With a firm grip on Hardy's coat, she pulled with all her might. Inch by painstaking inch, she felt the Labrador's weight shift onto the solid ice. With a final surge of effort, Hardy scrambled and clawed his way out of the freezing water, his body heaving with exhaustion and relief. Collapsing beside him, Jackie enveloped the trembling dog in her arms, speaking soothing words and scratching behind his ears to calm him. She knew that any sudden movement could send him darting back towards the unstable ice, undoing their hard-won escape. Only when she was certain that Hardy was calm did she carefully untie the rope from around her waist, loop it securely around him, and fix herself to the other end. With Hardy secured, Jackie began the treacherous journey towards the shore, her movements slow and deliberate. The ice protested beneath her weight, groaning and cracking ominously. With each cautious slide forward, she prayed the fragile surface would hold. As they neared the safety of solid ground, Hardy surged forward, his strong legs propelling them closer to safety. Jackie clung to the rope, her heart in her throat as the ice gave way beneath them. For a heart-stopping moment, she feared they were plunging back into the icy depths. Yet, the water beneath the fractured ice was shallow, mere inches deep. They had made it. Minutes later, as Hardy's adrenaline ebbed and the ordeal faded into memory, he bounded over to Jackie, burying his head in her lap. He emitted happy grunts and whimpers, a testament to his gratitude and relief. Jackie, still catching her breath from the harrowing rescue, smiled through tears of relief and exhaustion. They had faced the brink of disaster together and emerged victorious, bonded by a shared ordeal that forged an unbreakable connection between them.